Number 2 in the 4-issue limited series, the X-Men vs. The Avengers, The Temptation of Magneto. It begins on the edge of space, when Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers, acted to save an Ohio city from falling shards of dying asteroid. The National Security Council deduced that the asteroid was a former orbital base from the infamous Magneto, mutant master of magnetism, and determined that one very large section of that base would impact in Southeast Asia. The NSC shared this data with the Soviet KGB, and leaked just enough information to the media to draw Magneto's interest. When the fugitive mutant went to Kampuchea in search of his grounded base, he instead found 6 Avengers, intent on his capture. But Magneto had been followed by his recent associates, the mutant X-Men. If you got a problem with Magneto, you got a problem with us. Let him go. No, Magneto is in our custody. Then the Soviet super soldiers showed up. Turn Magneto over to us at once, or we shall arrest you all for harboring a mass murderer. That's for the World Court to decide. And the trouble really started. Avengers, attack! Don't let them take Magneto! Justice for the people! Death to Magneto! Surely the Avengers have gone mad. They have nearly as much reason to hate Magneto as we do, yet they still protect him. Why? The next instant, the Crimson Dynamo suddenly finds, It cannot be! My armored power supply is overloading! Computer systems are shutting down. Must land before I lose control of my boot jets. What? Captain Marvel? That's right, Dynamo. I thought that a few extra megavolts would take the wind out of your sails. While, are you petrified of the sight of USA Major Avenger? Avenger? What is he talking about? First my prey becomes a phantasm, and now the jungle itself attacks me. Has the world gone mad, or have I? You saw what I wished you to see, man bear, and those vines are mine to manipulate. Such is the power of Dr. Drood. Well, I'm not waiting around to see who wins. Let's hightail out of here. Go ahead, I'm staying. Wolverine, no! Rogue has the right idea. These Ruskies want to fight. Storm, they got one. But if the Avengers defeat them, they will fight us to recapture Magneto. We must go now. Look, the X-Men escaped with Magneto. Let's call a truce, Dynamo. Help us bring Magneto to justice before the court. Yet he has already been found guilty of sinking a submarine by the Special Tribunal of the Supreme Soviet. Cap and the Armored Man look like they might follow us. I can't let that happen. I hate doing this. The Avengers were my friends once, but we need time to think. The jungle grows deathly still as the dazzler absorbs all sound from the surrounding area and introduces it with pure white light, blinding in its brilliance. Hundreds of yards away. Our jet's hidden only a couple miles away. We make it there and we're gone. Once we're airborne, there's no way they can catch us. Yeah, I bet our little old Blackbird can fly circles around 1Q, the Avengers Quinjet. Bet you they don't have anything that's half as fast? Moving Magneto out of harm's way is a good idea, Rogue. Just don't go too far. As soon as we've calmed the Soviets down, we'll be taking Magneto back into custody and making sure he goes to trial. We don't want to fight the X-Men, but if we must, we will. A word to the wise. Lordy, she changed directions without even slowing down. We could be in big trouble. At that moment, your armor is strange to me, Giant, but your power and hue is that of the Titanium Man. That is the name I have taken, Thor. But I'm not the man you once fought. My power is much greater. Ah! Did that cause you pain, Thunder God? I suspected that your new body armor might shield a weakness I could exploit. Even in the motherland, your power is legendary, but it appears to be no match for my technological might. If I wished I could. What? My limbs move independently of my will. Something is overpowering my armor control systems. Splang! Technology may fail, but the godlike might of Thor is eternal. Sorry for the delay, Thor. T-Man's armor was more complicated than Dynamo's. His weakness was your doing? Then there is no glory in this victory. Better to have fallen with honor. Simultaneously. Nice little hammer you got there, Red. But it takes more than a hammer to play Thor. Whack! What the hey? I read that this Vanguard chump had some sort of personal force field around him, so I didn't bother to pull my punch, but he's better protected than I thought. I felt that blow as much as he did. If I hadn't been better braced, I'd have been knocked on my backside. Vanguard! Green-skinned witch, if you've hurt my brother, I'll make you wish you've never been born. What are you? No! Darkstar, stop! You don't know what you're doing! I know exactly what I'm doing, Knight. I'm encasing you and She-Hulk in the bonds of Dark Force. Bonds you shall never break. Lena, no! You imprison us. Nicola? Mikhail? But She-Hulk and the Black Knight, I saw her. What I wish you to see, child. Do not worry. No one will be harmed. Be at peace. Let my will be yours. Less than 3 miles away. About time y'all showed up. What'd you do? Take the scenic route? Don't give me any grief, Rogue. How's Magneto? I am shaking Dr. Drude's entrancement, Wolverine. But these ruined manacles yet confound me. The degaussing elements are still active. Let me see them. We gotta get out of here, sugar. Don't remind me. Serious. We gotta lose ourselves for that Captain Marvel can find us. No, we mustn't run. Not yet. Part of Asteroid M lies not far from here. I must inspect it. I didn't want to involve the rest of you, but as long as you're here... Are you crazy? We travel halfway around the world to save your hide, and now you want us to help you recover some old real estate? Havoc, calm down. Your power levels are building too fast. If you lose control now, the shockwave would rip the Blackbird apart. Alright, I'll watch it. But I want to know what's so blasted important about some chunk of rock. A section of my old base may be intact on that chunk of rock, as you put it. Any equipment which survived impact is too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. What makes you think that your hands are the right ones? Back when you lived and worked on that asteroid, you were making plans to make the world safe for mutant kind by taking it over. And you were perfectly willing to torture and kill anyone who stood in your way. Those days are behind me, Wolverine. The Avengers must be aware of this asteroid fragment. The Avengers must be aware of this asteroid fragment, Magneto. If it was any danger, they will deal with it. Our job is to get you to... No, I insist upon finding it. By myself if necessary. Should I stop him? I doubt you could, kid. He has made his decision. And place himself outside of our protection. Let's go. We're wasting our time here. While. That's it, Darkstar. We don't want to harm them. I wish we had a better way to hold the Reds. I don't like this. Mind control. Lena, listen to me! Don't waste your breath, Van. Looks like you didn't have much trouble with Thor. Looks may deceive, Dane Whitman. But the Titanium Man has at last been immobilized. Let's make sure of that, shall we? This is an outrage! When the world hears how you interfered in the capture of a dangerous criminal. Oh, shut up. We had Magneto in custody until you butted in. We're authorized to act as special deputies of the World Court. I'll bet you didn't even check with the local government before you barged into Campuchia. Darkstar's trance will last another hour, Avengers. We needn't linger here any longer. A. Magneto must be found anew. 40 kilometers distant, Magneto suddenly breaks out of the jungle and streaks across Tenayal Sap, Campuchia's great interior lake. The magnetic field effect is strongest here. Of course, that explains why there is no impact crater visible from the air. The asteroid fragment must have struck near the center of the lake. Yes, it is out there. I can feel it. I must reclaim it. At Magneto's command, awesome electromagnetic forces spring to life, reaching into the depths of the lake, grasping and lifting in defiance of gravity itself. And then, there is more here than I dared to hope. The entire central core of Asteroid M has survived intact. My base is once again mine! While already far to the south. Flaming waste of time. Right from the start. We never should have gone after him. Should have let him face the Avengers and the Ruskies on his own. Magneto is a mutant, Wolverine. For good or ill, he has become one of us. We owe him the benefit of the doubt and our aid. Besides, Wolvie, wasn't it you who said we should chase Maggie down in the first place? Suddenly, unseen and unheard in her intangible neutrino form, Captain Marvel enters the jet. We gave him a hand and he split on us. No sign of Magneto on board. What's that Wolverine said? Can't believe he's gone after that flaming asteroid, and he claims to have put his past behind him. Logan, suppose there is dangerous equipment to be recovered. Do you trust Magneto to do the right thing? I don't trust much of anybody, Storm. If he gets out of line, we'll nail him to the wall. If you don't, Wolverine, we will. A second later, in the shadow of the Angkor Wat's ancient temple. What's the word, Marvel? Magneto split from the X-Men. He's searching for his asteroid. I'm getting a fix on him now. Readings point to a major magnetic flux, 25 miles due south. There, within the twisted corridors of the former orbital base. So much has been damaged, so much lost, but the handful of salvageable memory chips and circuits are precious beyond compare. Still, there is much within these ruins that could be used against mutants, and I cannot take everything with me. The explosive charges will have to ensure that nothing remains for others to find. After surviving orbital breakup and re-entry, it's a shame that any of this must be destroyed, but there are some parts of my past that are better left dead and buried. My helmet. It seems an eternity since I last wore it. And the suit of protective metal mesh. I was the enemy of the X-Men, of all of mankind when I wore this. Mankind certainly hasn't changed. I wonder, have I? I must waste no more time in idle thought. The few things I have retrieved from my past may prove useful to me in the future. The rest I must bid farewell. Hold it right there, Magneto. Lower the rock nice and slow, and don't make any sudden moves. Better yet, don't make any moves, period. Get away! I'm warning you! Do not threaten us, Kanav! Tikal! No! I must submerge it before it detonates! Boom! Arrogant fools! You're endangering yourselves! You have some gal calling us arrogant. I'll second that. We've gone pretty easy on you up till now, mister. But you can push the Avengers just so far. Have at you, villain! Mere physical force cannot breach my magnetic fields. No, but certain forms of energy can pass through easily, can't they? What? Ah! But, even as Magneto falls, the air is suddenly split by the roar of the twin ramjet engine. Then, as the craft swiftly shifts to vertical hover mode. Heads up, darlings! The X-Men are back, and we got some business to finish. Hey! What? That does it! You've made me mad now, Rogue. Good. As soon as I touch you and absorb your powers, I'll... Ha! I know better than to let you do that. One thug. Ploosh. This is foolishness. Never should have let Storm turn us around. But, long as we're here. Hit him hard, kiddies. The Avengers are no pushovers. Neither are we. Cap, look out! Scam! Not bad. You sidestep Havoc's force blast like an ace. I don't miss so easy. Course the kid's still green. He hasn't telegraphed that by a mile. Save it for your fan club, Wolverine. Gzing! That thrust should have cut clean through your pig sticker. My claws are made of razor sharp adamantium, right? Well, my sword's a little tougher. Katang! It was forged by a fella named Merlin. You ought to know by now, girl. It takes more than a dunking and a punching to keep me down. Boof! So, who said I wanted to keep you down? Patom! We didn't want this fight, Havoc, but if you insist, I swear, we'll finish it. Zacked! At the Blackbird's control. Was I wrong in deciding to return to Magneto's aid? The Avengers might well overcome us all. Captain Marvel is everywhere. Dazzler, why? Why are you defending Magneto? Maybe just because he's another mutant. You don't know what it's like, Cap. We're pariah wherever we go. All we have are each other. Get back! I don't want to hurt you. But this is wrong. Aiding a known terrorist will only make things worse. The girl turns a deaf ear, Cap. She gives us no choice. What is happening? Stop, you fools! Stop! The asteroid is full of explosive charges. It will self-destruct any second. So quickly does Captain Marvel react that the others seem frozen in place. In an imperceptibly small fraction of a second, she flashes through the asteroid's twisting corridors and finds the explosive devices. Too late. Thracoom! But as the blast pounds inland, it suddenly encounters resistance in the form of a thin, hastily erected magnetic force shield. Must ignore the pain in my jaw. Must concentrate. Struggling mightily to maintain his shield, Magneto repels the deadly hurtling debris of the exploding asteroid from everyone present, but the accompanying shockwave scatters both X-Men and the Avengers along shore like a child discarding toys. The Avengers' confusion will not last. We must flee before they can gather their wits. I need help here. The blast knocked Cap out. Right with you, CM. The X-Men's craft is already gone from sight. Where's Dr. Drude? Hey, you don't suppose? High over the South China Sea, I am once again in your debt, X-Men, had you not returned. But whether we like it or not, you are a mutant, as are we all. It was bad enough we had to fight the Avengers. Did we have to run off like that? If they were hurt, they were as well shielded as we, Dazzler. They can save themselves. Something still smells about this. Why are you wearing that old pot on your head again? Look, I was willing to keep you out of the courtroom, but you owe us an explanation, bub. Well, when are we gonna get some straight answers? Keep after him, short stuff. There's a lot Magneto's not telling us. Why doesn't the world let up on Magneto? It doesn't matter if he's guilty or not. There's no court in the world that wouldn't hang a mutant. It appears there is much dissension amongst these X-Men. I only hope they continue to be so preoccupied. I have managed to mentally screen my presence from them so far, but I cannot do it so indefinitely. I must get word of their status and location to the Avengers before I am discovered. Otherwise, I will have sacrificed myself for nothing. Next issue. The Soviets strike back.